My name is Stefan Aiguier. I'm the owner and president of Green Hammer Inc. in Portland, Oregon. We're focused on residential design build, specifically focusing on energy, water conservation, natural resource conservation. So basically, as the owner of the company's been around for 8 years. I do a little bit of everything. I focus a lot on just general financial oversight, sales, marketing, company outreach. Also do a fair amount in the company of what we would call visioning, essentially looking into the future and trying to determine ways to best adapt our company to an ever-changing marketplace. We have some really strong ideals when it comes to how we resource our materials, look at life cycle analysis on our material resources, how we try to connect to local businesses, support local businesses, the local economy, and also responsibly managed products and materials and material systems and life cycles. So I spend a fair amount of my time doing research and making sure that we're connecting to the right people and the right businesses. And if we have clients that are coming in the door that are really knowledgeable and do a pretty in-depth vetting of our business structure, they'll find that we come clean in every aspect of how we're trying to move towards an economy that's more sustainable. I would venture, I guess I would encourage folks as they move into this industry to recognize that there is no sustainable economy right now, and to keep that in mind, and that you always have to push for doing better. So that's really one of my primary goals in the company and primary positions, is making sure that that happens. How I got involved, I had an undergraduate degree, a Bachelor of Science in Community Development and Applied Economics. I had a focus on small business management and sustainable development. That was in the early 90s. Sustainable development was a very new concept at the time, so I'm sure things have evolved quite a bit. But, the basic core values of managing your resources in a way that can be sustained for future generations. I also am a big believer in the triple bottom line, and that was probably the first time I had heard of the triple bottom line. It was in the early 90s, where you're balancing economics, the environment, and social responsibility. When you're looking at corporate fiscal responsibility, it's not just about your economics, basic economic systems anymore. We also need to incorporate the environmental standard and the social standard. So I've been applying that to pretty much everything I've done after college. I spent a couple of years in Italy learning about, I worked on a estate. It was a 1,000-year-old estate, and watching how they manage things over a 1,000-year period, how design and longevity was built in from day one, and recognize that we just don't have systems like that in the United States. So I came back to the U.S. with a goal to basically apply those kinds of 1,000-year thinking concepts to what we were doing in design build, and really tying in performance into that as well. Once you get the basic concepts, or really maybe the problems, it's pretty easy to apply that across the board. So I'm going to jump around a little bit. But when you're looking to get involved in this line of work, the most critical piece is to do your research. I mean, you absolutely need to understand the problems. If you don't understand the problems, you can't find the solutions. And you're looking for solutions a bit blind. So doing your research, understanding the global, local issues when it comes to water and energy and natural resources, their management, social issues, the more that you know, the better equipped you're going to be adaptable to the future economy, which is going to have everything to do with energy conservation. Not only or even necessarily renewable energy, but certainly conservation is going to be a key term. Water conservation is going to be key and critical in the future, and And the carbon mitigation portion of the economy is going to be really critical in the future too. So if you can understand water, energy conservation, and how to mitigate carbon buildup in our atmosphere, you're going to be well ahead of the game, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities in general. One of the things I really enjoy about what I do is making connections to other entrepreneurs or other small business owners and folks in the marketplace that are doing the right thing. I think that's probably the most gratifying, is really seeing how this portion of the industry is taking off right now, and what's looking like the worst economics system, or I guess downturn that we've had since the Depression. So things are happening, and the future has a lot of opportunities, especially in this field. The challenges are certainly combating a cultural norm that focuses mostly on short-term gains, still focuses on short-term gains, even with all the indicators out there that climate change is having a severe impact on not only our natural resources, but social impacts with more severe weather. We're also experiencing massive changes in deforestation, due to the way that we manage our resources, issues with an increase in endangered and extinct species. We have to recognize how those costs affect us socially, environmentally, and economically. That isn't going to be your biggest challenge, and it's certainly been a challenge that my generation and previous generations haven't been able to solve. We have unfortunately been very able to create messes and relatively incapable of cleaning them up. It's that cleanup and also the changing of systems where the opportunity lies. There's a lot of great organizations right now that are working on that. There's a few that are local. To the Pacific Northwest, we have the Northwest Eco Building Guild, and www.ecobuildingpdx.org is one option. You also have the Build Local Alliance, that's buildlocalalliance.org. The Northwest Eco Building Guild's focus is supporting buildings that mitigate climate change. So they have small buildings with high performance and are really strict on their life cycle analysis of all the materials that are going into them. The Build Local Alliance is about connecting local Forest Stewardship Council certified foresters with local building projects. You can also look at FSC US, Forest Stewardship Council in general, to read and understand a little bit more about options and good wood products industry. There's also Cascadia. It's the United States Green Building Council's local branch, and I'd highly encourage any and all of you who are interested in the green building industry to get involved in their Emerging Green Builders group. So it's called the EGBs, and there is a small group that's here local in Portland. There's also groups in Seattle. Again, that's Cascadia. That's the United States Green Building Council's local branch, and the Emerging Green Builders group. And you can find all those folks and organizations online.